You don't hate yourself. You hate the version of yourself you think other people see. But that belief might not even be real. It is something that the American sociologist Charles Horton Cooley called the looking glass self. See, have you ever walked into a room and suddenly become aware of yourself? You adjust your posture, or maybe you rethink what you just said. Cooley argued that we do not simply decide on who we are on our own. Instead, we build our identity through social interactions. Other people act as mirrors to us, which means we see ourselves reflected back through what we imagine they think of us. According to Cooley, this process happens in 3 steps. First, we imagine how we appear to other people. Second, we imagine how they judge that appearance. And third, we develop feelings about ourselves based on those imagined judgments. But notice something important here. It is not that their actual judgment shapes us. It is what we think their judgment is. That is why the looking glass self can be powerful, but also very dangerous. Here is an example of this. Imagine walking into a job interview feeling confident. You feel prepared. You speak clearly during your interview. But then you crack a joke and notice that the interviewer doesn't smile back at you. Suddenly, doubt creeps into you. You begin to think maybe the joke wasn't funny, or maybe they think I'm unqualified now. So your confidence starts shifting, even if the reaction literally had nothing to do with what you just said. This process, according to Cooley, starts in your childhood. A child who is praised begins to feel like they are capable. On the other hand, if a child is constantly criticized, they may begin to see themselves as less than. Cooley observed this in children, including his own daughter. He believed that the human mind is fundamentally social. Our thoughts about ourselves are shaped by interactions from the very beginning in our lives. But as we grow older, the mirrors start to multiply. In high school, friend groups start to become very powerful mirrors. When you start a job, the workplace culture can start to become a mirror as well. Your phone and social media is also a mirror. We begin to adjust ourselves constantly. How we dress, how we speak, or what opinions we express. These are all based on how we imagine others are evaluating us. But here's the key insight in all of this. If your self-worth depends entirely on external things, then your identity becomes unstable. It fluctuates from other people's approval. It may weaken under criticism. You become trapped in constant comparison. But on the other hand, understanding the looking glass self is powerful. It allows you to pause and to reflect. Is your reaction real, or is it a projection that you're putting on other people? Am I changing because it aligns with my values, or because I fear rejection? Cooley's insight is that despite that we are social beings with these dangers, we can become aware of this mirror. And once you become aware of it, you can decide how much authority it actually has in your life. The mirror will always be there. The question is whether you control it or whether you let it control you.